I am calling you to stop right now, because there is something deep and important I want to place in your heart tonight. My beloved child, do not quickly scroll past these words as though this were only a passing sound among countless things competing for your attention. Many times, I have drawn near to you through very quiet reminders, through silent feelings, through inner pauses that let you know something needs to be looked at again. At times, I whispered through a clear thought. At times, I reminded you through a light uneasiness. At times, I used a closed door to protect you from something you could not yet understand. But many times, you ignored it. Not because you did not need me, but because you were too tired, too busy, too used to holding yourself up, until the noise of life drowned out my gentle call. So today, I do not come only like a soft breeze, I come like a bell in the night, not to frighten you, but to awaken you before a movement that is drawing near. You are standing before a moment more meaningful than you realize, not because time is working against you, but because your heart needs to be placed back in the right position before new things begin to open. There is a door I am holding before you, a path of wisdom, protection, and restoration. That door does not open for you to enter in panic, but in awareness. I do not want you to lose something precious because of a few seconds of distraction. Nor do I want you to keep passing through your life as someone both weary and no longer able to recognize the signs I have placed along the road. Remain in this listening. Let your heart become still. Let the words I speak touch the place you have hidden for too long. The place where you once told yourself you were fine, though inside there were still many unnamed wounds. I have waited for you through many seasons, not with coldness, but with the patience of a father. I saw you crying alone when no one was beside you. I saw you sitting silently in the dark, wondering why the things you prayed for had not yet come to pass. Why doors kept closing. Why the promises of people broke so easily. Why betrayals kept leaving long trails of pain in your heart. I saw the times when you gritted your teeth and kept walking, exhausted, yet still trying to hope that I would appear. I saw you pray when words were no longer complete, when all you had was a sigh, a tear, and a helpless glance lifted upward. You thought those moments were forgotten, but I kept them in my mercy. And now, I am drawing near to you, not to blame you for having been weak, but to tell you that those days were not meaningless. You survived things that once seemed as though they would break you, and that was not coincidence. I preserved you because your life still has purpose. I carried you through long nights because your dawn has not been erased from my plan. I allowed you to keep breathing, keep standing, keep walking, even if sometimes only in very small steps. Because there are good things I still want to complete in you and through you. Do not take lightly the fact that you are still here. Do not underestimate the quiet strength that helped you not give up, even when you did not always recognize it. I was beside you in every weary breath, every lonely silence, every minute you thought you no longer had enough strength to continue. What happens next in your life is not a meaningless chain of random events. I am realigning what has gone off course. I am bringing into the light what was once hidden beneath the shadow of fear and confusion. I am preparing an answer for you, but that answer may come in a way you do not expect. Clarity in your mind, A timely conversation. A door opening after many days of silence. A truth being revealed. A bond being untied. An unexpected stream of peace entering a place once full of tension. Do not limit me to the way you think a miracle must appear. I can come in something great that astonishes you, but I can also come in a very small change, enough to turn the direction of your entire path. My beloved child, I know betrayal has made you cautious. I know closed doors have made you afraid to hope. I know disappointments have taught you to protect yourself by doubting even what is good. But today I want you to understand that the past has no right to decide how you hear my voice. The people who hurt you have no authority to define my love. The seasons that closed cannot lock your future forever. If I am calling you in this moment, it is because I want to pull you out of the way of thinking that every good thing will eventually be lost. I want you to return to pure trust, where you can open your heart and still be wise, hope and still remain awake. Keep walking without carrying the darkness of what has passed. Do not be afraid if tonight there is a shaking within your heart. Perhaps I am shaking a fear that has been in you for too long. Perhaps I am touching a habit that has made you weary. Perhaps I am bringing into the light a choice that needs to be reconsidered, a relationship that needs new boundaries, a path that needs to be left, or an old promise that needs to be released so you can be free. Not every shaking is disaster. Some shakings are liberation. Some initial disturbances are signs that what does not belong to the new season is being removed from your life. I do not tear down to leave you empty. I clear away so I can place peace, clarity, and a firmer foundation for your tomorrow. Let this moment become a lifeline of awakening, not through fear, but through return. I do not demand that you prove your faith with loud gestures, but I invite you to respond with a sincere heart. If you want to say Amen, say it as a gentle agreement that you are ready to listen, ready to be guided, ready to let me enter the places you once tried to control by yourself. If you feel your heart still trembling, bring that trembling to me. If you feel you have gone too far, remember that my love still knows how to find you. If you feel too tired to fight, let me teach you to rest in my presence. Because not every battle is one you are called to carry by yourself. I am here, my child. I have come not to abandon you, but to remind you that you are still being preserved. I am standing close to you tonight, amid the things you do not yet understand, amid unanswered questions, unhealed wounds, and hopes you have not dared to name. Stop scrolling past your own life. Stop treating the inner reminders within you as meaningless. Listen to me with humility and peace. What I am preparing for you is not meant to break you, but to pull you away from what has held you in weariness for too long. And when my answer begins to appear, you will understand that I did not forget you in the dark night. I kept you alive, kept you standing, kept you breathing, and kept you moving forward for a holy reason that I am now gradually revealing through my love. Tonight will not be just another ordinary night, because the atmosphere around you is being touched, awakened, and moved by me in a way your eyes may not yet see. But your heart has begun to feel. My beloved child, listen to me with seriousness, but do not be afraid, because I have not come to make you panic, but to prepare you to stand firm in the moment I am bringing you into. Movements have begun in the hidden place. Protections have been sent out. Roads are being illuminated. Things that have lain still in your life for too long are no longer allowed to continue holding you in delay. I am drawing near, not like a storm to destroy you, but like a holy wind to blow away the layers of fear, the chains of hesitation, and the excuses that have kept you standing outside what I called you to enter. I will shake off what you have been too afraid to release, or I will shake the places that need to be shaken to open the door that fear once told you had been sealed forever. You looked at certain circumstances and told yourself they would never change. You looked at certain doors and thought they had closed permanently. You looked at yourself and thought perhaps you were not strong enough, not ready enough, not worthy enough to step into something greater. But today I say to you, nothing is locked before you. If I have decided to open it, no negative word can hold you back if I have called you forward. No fear has the right to own your future when my hand is upon your life. Something will surely shift, and I do not want you to be stunned like one who was not warned. So I say to you right now, stay awake, stand still in faith, and prepare your heart. Many times, you have made yourself small before things I called you to stand up and steward with wisdom and peace. You lowered your voice in rooms where your presence should have carried light, truth, and courage. You were silent, not always out of humility, but sometimes out of fear of being judged, fear of being rejected, fear of paying the price for obedience. I know you learned caution because you were wounded, but caution must not become a chain. I know you want to keep peace, but true peace does not come from burying the voice I placed within you. There are times when silence is wisdom, but there are also times when silence is avoidance, covered by reasons that sound reasonable. I am teaching you to discern the difference, so you will no longer step back when I am calling you to rise. You have delayed obedience because you feared the cost. But hear me with all the tenderness of your Father. Delaying my call will make your heart far heavier. I am not calling you into empty comfort, where you can live peacefully without ever growing. I am calling you into purpose, where you are awakened, corrected, strengthened, and led into lands you once thought were only for others. That purpose does not come to take away your peace. It comes to rearrange your peace upon the right foundation. It does not come so you can become proud of yourself. It comes so you may realize that I have placed good things in you that can no longer remain buried beneath fear. You were not created to live forever on the edge of what I promised. You were called to enter, to obey, to stand in the right position, and to do what I have placed in your hands. Tonight, I am awakening a new awareness within you. You may not feel ready, but your readiness is not the only foundation I require. I need your agreement, your softness, your willingness to follow me even while you still tremble. I have used people who did not feel strong enough, skilled enough, or wise enough to do things beyond their own strength. So do not say you are not enough. Do not say you need many more signs before you obey. Do not say another day will be more convenient. There are times when I give you rest, but there are also times when I call you to rise. And when I call, what you need is not perfection, but a heart that can say yes in trust. I allowed you to feel my silence, not because I had moved away from you, but because you needed to grow, to move beyond the habit of always needing constant confirmation before daring to take the next step. My beloved child, I know the seasons when you longed to hear me more clearly, wanted a greater sign. I hoped someone would come and speak aloud what you had already sensed in your heart. But there is deep maturity in learning to trust what I have sown within you. Even when the sky around you has not changed color, there is steadiness born when you no longer need everyone's approval to believe that I am guiding you. There is holy strength when you can walk in peace, even without having every answer in your hand. I was not silent to abandon you. I used silence to deepen your roots, so you would not live only by passing emotion, but by enduring trust. Now I say to you clearly, this is that moment. This is the confirmation you have been waiting for. This is the call awakening you from the cycle of delay, from excuses, from fear that has hidden under many forms. You did not come to this word by accident. Your steps, your thoughts, and your pause in this moment have all been seen by me. I led you here so you would understand that time in your life is moving. A door is being prepared. An awakening is placing its hand upon you. An invitation is opening before you. Not so you can keep negotiating with fear, but so you can rise in obedience. Look back at the things you have delayed. Have I not reminded you many times to write, speak, begin, release, forgive, leave, return, learn, serve, pray more deeply, or step into a purer path? Have you not said later too many times because you feared it would require you to change? I do not bring this up to shame you. I bring it up to free you. Excuses only have power while they remain hidden in darkness. When I bring them into the light, you can look at them with truth and lay them down. You do not need to continue living as someone controlled by the phrases, I cannot yet, I am not enough, I am afraid, I do not know where to begin. I am your Father. I will show you the first step, then the next step, then the one after that. You do not need to see the whole road before you can obey the first step. Your breakthrough has been held in your heart for too long. Not because I am powerless, but because there are parts of you that need to be awakened in order to receive what I am about to do. That breakthrough is on its way, but it is also calling you to cooperate with grace. Stop running from your position. Do not let fear decide on your behalf. Do not let the comfort of the familiar place convince you that standing still forever is safe. There are places I call you to stand that will require greater courage from you. But life is there. There are things I invite you to do that will require you to give up hesitation. But freedom is there. There are doors I open that will require you to step out of the old place. But on the other side is a season you have prayed for a very long time. So stand in the right position. My child, let tonight become the marker that you no longer avoid my call. Take a deep breath. Lay down every fear and speak to me with an honest heart that you are ready to be led. I do not need you to run in panic. I want you to walk in peace. I do not need you to prove you are strong. I want you to rely on my strength. I do not need you to create the miracle yourself. I want you to open your heart to recognize what I am doing. The shift has begun. What needs to be shaken off will be shaken off. The door that needs to open will be opened. The purpose within you will not sleep forever. I am calling you, lifting you, repositioning you. And if you remain in obedience, you will look back on this moment and know that this was the night I awakened you to step into what I had prepared long ago. Do not run from this shaking, my beloved child, because not everything that is shaken comes to destroy you. There are shakings I allow to awaken you from the long sleep of habit, from old paths that no longer carry life, from places you thought were safe but have actually been quietly making you smaller. You have grown accustomed to clinging to what is familiar, even when it makes you tired, because what is familiar often gives you a feeling of control. But I see deeper. I know what is holding you back. I know what is making the light within you grow dim. I know what must be removed so a new foundation can be built. Cleaner, firme, and aligned with what I have appointed for you. Do not be afraid of what I am breaking. I am not breaking what is good in your life. I am breaking the shells that have imprisoned the good. Some structures must collapse so what is holy can be rebuilt. Some relationships must end so you no longer live by the image others imposed on you. Some patterns must be broken so your true blessing is no longer hidden behind old habits, old fears, and old self-limiting words. There are things you called stability, but they were really prolonged resignation. There are ties you called love, but they actually made you lose your peace. There are ways of thinking you called carefulness, but underneath them was fear that did not dare to believe I can do something new. I am not punishing you. I am protecting you from things you may have chosen if you looked only through present emotion. I am protecting the future version of you. I have seen for a long time a stronger, clearer, the steadier person who walks with the authority I placed within them and is no longer ruled by old things. The you of tomorrow needs the you of today to release what no longer belongs to you. The you of tomorrow needs the you of today to obey even while trembling. The you of tomorrow needs the you of today to believe that loss is not always the end. Sometimes it is the necessary space where I can place what is more enduring. I am building you not only so you can overcome, but so your overcoming may become a lamp for others. You keep wondering why the battle within you has not yet stopped. Why every time you want to rest, a quiet struggle rises again. Why you both want to believe and fear believing, both want to step forward and fear being wounded, both want to release the old and yet feel your heart holding on. I tell you that this battle is not meaningless. The call upon your life is not ordinary. What I have placed in you is not small. If you were born only to get through the day, darkness would not try so hard to distract you, wear you down, and make you doubt yourself. But because there is a light in you that I want to use, because your life carries a mark that will lift others when they see it, the enemy tries to silence you before you can fully rise. You are not only chosen, you have been placed for this time. You are the voice darkness wants to keep silent. You are the lamp I want to keep burning when many things around you sink into confusion. You are the one I still protect. Even in seasons when you thought you were no longer worthy of being kept, I saw the times when you wanted to let go of yourself. I saw the nights when you were exhausted, the days when you did not know how to explain your pain to anyone, the moments when you wondered whether your life still had any meaning. And every time, I still drew near. I still placed a little strength within you so you could rise for one more day. I still sent a reminder. someone to lift you, a moment of peace, a way out, and protection at the right time. I did not bring you this far just to abandon you halfway. I did not protect you from things that could have stolen your future, only to turn away when you need me most. I preserved you through accidents you knew about and dangers you never recognized. I pulled you away from decisions that could have broken you. I covered you through betrayal, through breakdowns, through seasons when you thought you could never recover. I did this not because your journey ends with survival. I rescued you because you belong to something greater, purer, and more sacred. Something I wrote into your life before you understood your own value. Your survival will not remain only a sad memory of what you once endured, it will become a testimony. Someone will look at you and find a reason not to give up. Someone will hear your story and realize that brokenness is not the end. Someone will be pulled out of despair because they see that you once passed through darkness and can still stand in the light. Therefore, do not despise your journey. Do not call old wounds proof that you are weak. Do not call seasons when you nearly collapsed something shameful. In my hands, even the days you thought were only ashes can become the place where a new fire is lit. But you must respond to me with your whole heart. Not only with hurried prayers when you are desperate, not only with a few moments of seeking me when every other door has closed, not only with passing emotion before returning to old paths. I am calling you into a life that is closer, deeper, and truer. I am inviting you into quiet daily obedience, choosing what is right when no one sees, stopping when I warn, releasing when I say it is time, forgiving when your heart wants to hold tightly to bitterness, waiting when you want to rush, and trusting when you have not yet seen the whole road. I will continue calling you, not because I want to exhaust you, but because I love you too much to let you sleep inside what is pulling you down. I will continue reminding you, not to frighten you, but to keep you from returning to places that once wounded you. I will continue touching your heart, even when you try to act as though you do not hear, because I know who you can become when you truly surrender. You do not need to be perfect to come near me. You only need to be sincere. You do not need to become stronger to be received by me. You only need to stop running and let me hold you. Stand still in this shaking and do not be afraid. What falls cannot bury you if I am the one rebuilding you. What leaves cannot make you empty if I am the one preparing what is right on time. What breaks cannot steal your future if I myself am creating a new foundation beneath your feet. Let me purify, shape, restore, and bring you into the position you were called to stand in. You are not someone forgotten. You are someone preserved for a purpose. And when you choose to remain close to me, every broken piece will no longer be evidence of failure, but material I use to build a life that is radiant, steady, and full of meaning. This is not a general warning, but a sacred call sounding directly into your heart. My beloved child, this moment has not come for you to pass over it in indifference, nor is it a gentle reminder to store away for another day. Heaven is watching your response. Angels are being sent in holy order, and every darkness that once tried to keep you in delay is trembling before what I am about to do. You are not called to stand on the sidelines anymore. You are being invited to step into the position I prepared for you. not with panic, but with faith, awareness, and a heart willing to surrender. I have been patient with you through many seasons. I have spoken to you with tenderness, reminded you through inner feelings, through small signs, through the times when your heart felt uneasy about something that seemed ordinary. But today, I am calling you more clearly, more deeply, more urgently, not because I want to scare you, but because my love cannot remain silent when you are standing before an important turning point. Delay is no longer the safe shelter you once thought it was. Distraction is no longer harmless when it causes you to overlook what I am placing right before your eyes. There are times when, if you keep waiting until it is convenient, you will miss the arrangement that comes at the right time. Therefore, stay awake, my beloved child, because the time to respond is not some distant day, but right now. The time has come for you to step into what I appointed before you understood your own value. When the shaking happens, when familiar things begin to move, when old doors close and new paths open, do not doubt me. Do not let your heart panic simply because everything is not happening the way you imagined. Remember my word today. Remember this moment. Remember that I spoke beforehand so that when change comes, your faith will not be shaken. I do not allow you to enter a new season without preparing you. I am steadying your heart, brightening your vision, and teaching you to recognize that before blessing is placed in your hands, sometimes old things must be dismantled from your life. Before the miracle is revealed, there is often a quiet shift. Before the promise takes form, there is often a process of purification. Before what is new comes, there are things that no longer belong to you that must leave. This is one of those moments. You may think you are not ready, but I have prepared the way before you. You may think you are too broken, but I see strength being formed through the wounds I have touched. You may think you are too late, but time does not rule me. I hold time in my hands. What people call late, I can turn into right timing. What you call loss, I can turn into the foundation for greater restoration. I will redeem what the enemy tried to steal from you. I will restore what you thought had faded. Bring back to life the joy that had grown cold, and light up the places once covered by sorrow. I will give you peace that makes others unable to understand why you still stand firm, and deep joy that does not depend on outward circumstances. But in this hour, I need your full attention, not when everything becomes easier, not when you have finished arranging every concern, not when you feel strong enough, but now, in the very moment when you are hearing me call. Lay down distraction, my beloved child. Stop negotiating with what has pulled you away from me. Open your heart so I can lead you through this transition with love, wisdom, and power. What is happening is not outside my plan. I am still with you in every movement, every breaking, every rebuilding, and every opening door. Say 222 as a sign of faith, that you recognize what is taking place as part of my perfect plan, and that you are ready to step into the position I prepared for you long ago.